So much like how it took me forever to get to that video with Garden Fairy Dandelion, it also took me forever to get to making a video about Lilybdia. But here we are, finally. I actually made this team for the recent Community 6-7 tournament. If you don't know about this, it was hosted in the Discord, but it was actually sponsored by Neomonsters, by Zigzagame. And the winners actually got in-game gems, like straight to their inbox. It was like 10 gems for first place, so it wasn't like anything game-breaking or anything. But it's, at least as far as I know, the first time we've seen the community and the like developers interact, other than like, some monsters have been taken from like art styles like Doomgoo or that super epic with like Link, Bloodthirst, Sneak Attack, whatever, have been inspired by community members' artwork. But anyway, this is getting way off topic. I'm going to talk about that more in the tournament video that I have upcoming. But for now, Lilybdia. I made this team for that tournament, and I was just having so much fun with it that I kept using it in PvP, and it like felt good. It felt like I was doing things, but also like using interesting monsters, using this Lilybdia setup, kind of similarly to Dandelion, actually, in fact, exactly the same as Dandelion. She kind of is asking for White Titan because she can't be targeted, and neither can the enemy you use engage on. So it's like the only way to get them a turn is with White Titan. And I just wasn't having the most amount of success with that because Lilybdia is only like 78% speed. So she's not always going to get that first turn. But when she does, and you can get this engage setup, it's pretty cool. I was using it with Leogeist because I wanted the stun protection, and I felt like Crescendo Strike sweeping is really satisfying. But I have since switched it to Catmander. I just find he's a little bit quicker to get going. Obviously, with Crescendo Strike, once you get it charged, it's just going to keep doing more damage, and the stun counter is really great on Leogeist, especially with Celestiarcheon being everywhere now. But Nico Finisher is just going to do a little bit more damage quicker, so you'll be able to get more kills while Catmander is untargetable because of engage. So that's just something I noticed, is that once the engaged target is no longer engaged, like, you can just target them and kill them. So Leogeist was a little squishy for that. Not that Catmander isn't squishy, but like, just something I noticed. Right off the bat, this guy just gave up. Happened a couple times, actually. I didn't record all of them, but some people just see the front line and they don't want to have to deal with it, especially like Charybdia too. It's interesting because when you get this front line set up, you push 2 of your monsters way back, Burrow brings somebody into play, and then I have Charybdia to use Bind to push another monster way back. So it does kind of start the battle in a very weird way, very like polarizing, very kind of, I don't know, very slow start, but that's kind of what I like about it because it lets me just kind of charge crescendo on Leogeist and do what I want. And because of the frontline shield, you have to use an AoE to take care of that, right? You can't do anything else to target him. So it was a fun team that I will probably still use in this ranked season. I don't know how much ranked I'll play. I usually only push just to get the new monster, get the 300 kills, and then call it a day. But we'll see. Maybe I'll push for something higher. I don't know. He uses Earthquake there to actually bring my Lilybdia back in. Lose Charybdia to Caesar Dragon, but I'm not worried about that. ALO obviously can't target either of my people. Since he doesn't have double counter slash, he can't quite kill the Tremorgore, so he has to waste a slash all on Ian Rax. And then Celestiarcheon does an AoE, takes off the shield on Leogeist. But it's all good because now I'm starting to charge. I kill the Spookoid there. I can raw mark the Penguinator. I don't have Retribution yet on Angel Land. Just do a Purify All, just to pass a little bit of time. He could have done Soul of Vengeance, but decides to summon a Breaker instead. Don't know if that was the best play, but I can Cornered Snipe the Penguinator, get a kill there. Lilybdia doesn't quite have Abyssal Requiem ready because she did get pulled into play with Ian Rax. I lose Angel Lion there to the Breaker and don't quite kill Scolopin Dragon. So I went for the Bridal Bouquet, might have hit Scolopin Dragon and killed him. It just automatically kills any monsters with like unmovable, basically. But now I can Maneater Carmilla, but I don't think I want to because I'm not super scared of her right now because she's not on Vigor health or Confidence Strike health. So instead I marked the Voidress so that I can now kill Voidress with the Mantiferno. But instead he does a dual Confidence Strike anyway. Yeah, it killed, but like I wasn't super worried about it. I Vengeance the Luna, so I don't have to take care of her. Then Earthquake, so that I can kill the Voidress with the Slayer Break, get a Desperate Shield charge, put Carmilla to sleep, and Moku, because I know Breaker has a turn, has a kill, so I can kill him with Eon Rax, and then kill this Geocosma and Cyclophena while the other monsters are still sleeping, not have to worry about it. I don't anymore have stun protection, so I do the Frozen Requiem on Celestia Archeon, and then can clean up Carmilla with the Spear of Despair, and Celestia Archeon is going to swag die to the Fatal Sleep, which works out for me. Moving on to the next match, we are up against Enofium, Vixenblade, Rizu, and Sacralisk in the front line. Vixenblade does get the turn before Lilybdia, so he does the one-on-one, but she does have Insomnia. So I thought about doing an engage, but really what does that do? Because Vixenblade is going to use the Dream Hunt, I decided to engage Charybdia, because I didn't want Charybdia to die. Because, yeah, Vixenblade would have just done the Dream Hunt on Charybdia. So instead I force him to do it on the Tremorgore, and because Vixenblade doesn't have the boost, it doesn't actually kill. Element disadvantage and Tremorgore's defense buff. So that was huge for me. So now I can start charging this Crescendo, even though Leogeist can be targeted. It, doesn't matter because I have element advantage right now. Almost put Vixenblade to hold ground because she doesn't have the defense boost. I'm pretty sure I just do a leech to put her to hold ground. Yep. So that then I can Crescendo Strike to kill. Tremorgore can then use ambush on this Lilybdia before he's able to purify, which is huge for me. And even though it brings in his Sobeking, I'm not worried because I have stun counter on the field. So I probably do one more Crescendo Strike here on the Lilybdia. I could even do a blast if I wanted, but I decided not to. I just ambushed the Nofium. Interesting. Oh, because I know I'm going to get the turn back, kill the Lilybdia. People are going to wake up soon anyway. It's 300 seconds have passed. So now I have Abyssal Requiem ready, and I think I use it on, the Rizu there, because she's got Vanquish coming up. Unfortunately, Wraith Captain's entrance puts Leogeist to sleep, so once Sacralisk wakes up, he's going to be able to kill my Leogeist. But now Charybdia has Virulent Grasp ready, but instead I use the bind on Majory because I don't want her to be doing a bunch of purifies once my Charybdia is ready to go. And I also don't want her to be killing anyone with Noir Spell. Didn't want to lose my Leogeist there. I don't have any way to purify because unfortunately Dreadmoth did get put to sleep upon entering with Sacralisk. So he kills the Dreadmoth with his Sobeking. Mantiferno enters, and Aura Dragon, Shiny Aura Dragon, can't do anything because he doesn't have Link right now, so he's going to have to just do an AoE. I'm not going to let you skip a turn. I could kill Majory here, but obviously I don't want to do that. Majory's way to play. Decides to just life flip himself. I looked at Salvia because I think he was going to do a give turn, but I wasn't really scared of anything. Did forget that Mantiferno... I guess, no, it wouldn't have mattered. I was going to say I forgot that Mantiferno's defense was down because of Majory, except it was element advantage anyway with the Sobeking Divine Rage, so it didn't really matter. I could do Purify here, which I might do, just to wake up my Leogeist. So that's going to put his Aura Dragon to hold ground. Kills himself off by poisoning himself with the Charybdia Poison Skin. Not a bad idea. I do the ambush, brings in an Elaine, first form Aviesa. I just did an AoE there with Angel Lion. Not sure why. I think I was trying to take Cyclophena off of her defense buff range so that I could one-shot with the Virulent Grasp, but I did have to do a Crescendo Strike as well. Go for the Virulent Grasp again on Candy, which kills. Doomgoo could do a shield here and wouldn't be a bad move because Leogeist is sleeping again, which he does. He'll be able to kill my Hazuki. But I think Tremorgore has ambush ready. No, it's the other one. Entomb. Has Entomb ready. Elaine does a time strike. Not super worried about that. I would go for the Entomb on the Doomgoo. It gets blocked by the Rockoid, so Doomgoo can get one more kill, probably on the Ian Rax. Nope, he goes for my own Doomgoo, but doesn't matter. Earthquake here is going to bring everybody back into play, and he just gives up from there. There was no way he could win against the rest of my team. Finally, the final match against Salus here. He's got a Karamasa next in line, a HP boosted Zebarius. I engaged the Leogeist, and I went for a Crescendo Blast here, just thinking because Zebarius has single stun revenge, maybe if it had killed, we could have gotten a turn. But it didn't matter because... Oh, wait, no. I think I might have predicted that he had a White Titan, so instead of trying to just charge Crescendo, I just did a Blast because I knew I would get a turn back. But it also didn't matter because White Titan had it. No, okay, I'm going back on myself because I realized the reason I did that is because I had used the engage, so I knew that Lilybdia was going to get the turn and not his Kuramasa. So I just banked on the Crescendo Blast, maybe killing, because then I would have gotten a turn back. But at any rate, they can't target the Leogeist, so he's going to have to kill Charybdia and Tremorgore with this Aurelius, which he will probably do. Oh, he just does the Energy Blast. Interesting, which is not going to take... not going to kill Tremorgore through the defense buff. I have a Dream Ender ready for Woolala and Gabrielle, and then I can morph Crimson Morph here into a Carmilla, which it looks like I do. It just lagged a little bit. But as you can see, he had a pretty small team, probably a lower hero rank player, just spamming mythics. So that is going to do it for this Lilybdia video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I was having a ton of fun with this team, like I said. I think he just disconnected here once this White Titan gets a turn, so I just kind of skipped ahead of that. You'll see a cut. But yeah, this was a super fun team that I am still using to this day and will probably continue using. Lilybdia, really interesting, but a really cool monster. Not the best as far as anniversary mythics go, but definitely a unique one. Love the engage skill. I think it's super cool. And yeah, that's going to do it. This outro has gone on for way too long, but thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.